cozy moments, and maybe even opening chapters of books I've written myself. So get comfortable, grab a blanket, and settle in while I share a little piece of tonight's story. My best friend's werewolf is a paranormal best friend's romance with lots of tension and spice. Tonight, I will be reading you the first chapter of this story. So, let's begin. Against my best friend's judgment, I'm at the annual campus senior bonfire, sipping lukewarm beer and chatting with some football player that looks stoned out of his mind. It's a super secret tradition that everyone has heard rumors about. Only students who are at the top of the social ladder in this town could ever attend, and they usually kept things quiet. So it's a bummer that the party is actually boring, and I've been thinking of calling an Uber for the past 20 minutes. I'm not sure why Sav was even so adamant on me missing the party. When a girl from my child development class offered me a last-minute invitation, I was honestly just excited to be included. We're about to graduate, and I'll soon be dealing with preschoolers in the education field, while Zeb takes a job with his father in forestry management. I figured it would be fun to blow off some steam after all of our hard work. It does help that Zeb Duncan is in with the top of that social ladder, so I could score an invite. But lucky for me, the two of us have been best friends since freshman year of high school. Back when my red, curly, frizzy hair was way more curly and frizzy, and I wore overalls and glasses. He was the tall, handsome boy every girl in our grade wanted to date, so it was a mystery to most how we became best friends when we seemed like complete opposites. It's not like anything interesting is currently going on at this party anyway. There's a huge bonfire, sure, and too much alcohol for anyone's good, but it's mostly just groups talking in circles like they're waiting around for it to be over. And what was the big deal with it being a full moon? I don't get it. Sighing, I reach for my phone inside the pocket of the brown zip jacket I'm wearing, which just so happens to be Zev's clothing. What can I say? They're the most comfortable. I'm seconds from calling that Uber when I'm forcefully being yanked from the wooden log the football stoner and I were seated on, causing me to yelp as a very angry, very scary best friend of mine calls my name like I got caught sneaking a peek at Christmas presents. I told you not to come here, Mona Sky. Seth continues to drag me away from the party, earning glances from everyone the two of us passed by. Damn, he didn't have to use my full name. He must be best. Sev, let me go. Are you crazy? It's nearly a full moon. What is it with the full moon? The two of us yell back and forth. Another voice joins in to get his attention. He stops pulling me along, but doesn't let go of my arm. We both turn to see a younger-looking college student, maybe a sophomore, sizing him up as he takes a step closer. Let her go. I refrain from rolling my eyes at the kid. I doubt he means well, probably just wanting to show off. Stay out of this and go plays for a junior varsity team on campus. She clearly doesn't want to go with you. Let her go and she can come party with us. She smells sweet. At the kids' common, the boys behind him start oohing and eyeing, but it's only a second later he's getting pounced on by my very pissed off best friend. The two fall to the ground with a thud. He's on top of the kid, pushing his face into the dirt beneath him while all of his friends watch, unsure of whether to step in when it's a senior, I suppose. Then he leans close to the kid, whispering in his ear, though I can still hear the words. Don't ever look at my girl, try to talk to my girl, or even think of my girl ever again. Got it? She's mine. In a flash, Zev's off the ground and grabbing me by the arm once again. This time, I'm speechless, completely in shock from what I heard. I don't argue or try to pull away until he drags me all the way to the parking lot of the abandoned mall the party is thrown behind. There's parked cars all around us, blocking us from view unless someone is right beside us. You shouldn't be out there, he's muttering to himself, finally releasing my arm. I watch his shoulders rise and fall. He's pissed off, but I'm not sure why. Nothing happened at the party. It was boring. I told you not to come. Why didn't you listen? He's so worked up. It's borderline scary. He's twice my size with wide shoulders and his chest rising and falling with every deep inhale. He stares down at me with darkened brown eyes. His jaw is sharp as he clenches his teeth. He carved his fingers through his nearly shoulder-length black hair, leaving the strands messily off his face. I've never seen him so on edge before, so I take a deep breath and try to steady my voice. I don't understand what's going on. I try to reach for him so he will calm himself, but he steps away, so I just barely brush against his black t-shirt. What is up with the full moon? It should have been a simple question. It was a start to explain this crazy night. He sighs in frustration. The full moon. He turns as he speaks, but his words fall silent. For a few seconds, he stares at the very full-looking moon above, shining its golden light down onto the two of us. It's so bright, the only light I need in this abandoned parking lot. I noticed his body tense, so I reach out to place a hand on his stiff shoulder. Yes, the moon. Before he can reply to the question, there's an echo of howls flooding the space between the trees from the bonfire, reaching the two of us as the mood of the night shifts to something darker. Slowly, he turns to me, peering down at me with the hunger in his dark eyes I've never seen before. His lips turn in a wicked grin. His expression blackens. Well, don't you smell delicious? He takes a step towards me, causing me to back up from him until I'm bumping into the passenger door of someone's red sedan. I'm so happy to finally meet you. He never lets me play with you. What are you talking about? My voice trembles. If this is a prank, it's cause to never speak to him again. This isn't funny. I want to go home. He smirks, stepping to me until his face is inches from my own. You should have stayed home. Then he comes closer, pressing his hands against the car on each side of me, head dipping so his lips come dangerously close to my neck. My heart pounds in my chest. Fear, adrenaline, and something else I can't quite place surge through me. Now I'm here, and I finally get to play. And look at that. You smell like chuckles before pressing his soft lips against my neck once he brushes red strands out of the way. The touch is light and feathery, barely brushing his skin against mine, but it's enough to have heat swelling in the pit of my stomach. Then his hand rises to press against my ribs beneath the jacket, only a thin t-shirt in the way of direct contact. He offers a gentle touch as he slips his hand up and down, so close to touching something else. You happened to me, he groans, nipping at my throat now with his teeth. The action causes me to shiver against him. Once another wolf smells you, once he tries to take what is mine, I had to finally come out and claim you. Wolf, huh? Maybe I'm hearing things. Nothing he is saying is making any sense. I'm still considering this to be a joke, but just in case, I do the only thing I can think of to stop this situation. Raising my hand, I swing it as hard as I can, palm connecting with his cheek to have him hissing and stepping away. He holds his hand against his face, soothing the sting I cause that begins to redden, but suddenly he's smirking once again. If you wanted it rough, that's all you had to say. I frown at him, shaking my head. This isn't you. I don't know what happened tonight, but I forgive you, whatever it is. I stomp toward him, poking his chest with my index finger. I forgive you because you're my best friend and I love you. If this was a prank, it sucked. I'm calling an Uber. Don't call me for a week so I can be mad at you. I give him the meanest look I can muster before turning to walk away, but he grabs me by the arm, stopping me. I'll give you space for now, but I'm not that patient. I'll be seeing you soon. I glare at him as he sports a cocky smirk on his lips, huffing